Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be professional for you, you
Okay.
know.
Well, hello. I don't know if anybody's here. If not, that's okay. We'll just talk to the ether for a while or talk to each other, which is kind of the whole point of this. So, you don't know, if you're new here, I'm Bob, Heroin Bob. You can just call me Bob. And my lovely guest today is Paul. Would you like to introduce yourself, Paul?
Lovely is a stretch, but yes, I'm Paul. I go by the Philly Flipper on YouTube. I'm pretty much a full time reseller. I live in the Philadelphia area, and I spend my free time on YouTube, which is, I guess, all the time.
Well, I mean, you're a full-time reseller. You can't have but so much free time, can you?
Free time, no, but like it always runs. YouTube's always runs in the background, no matter what I do here. Is I have two screens. One of them's always on YouTube. Yes.
Hello, Vasquez. Yeah, I normally have that happen too. There's always it on somewhere in the background. So when did you become a full-time reseller? How long have you been doing that for?
Um, I think April. It was either end of March, early April this year. Was a full time.
This
Yeah,
year.
this year. Yes.
So you started your reselling. No, okay. So you started
No,
your channel in 2019.
I
Was it
started my
always
channel.
reselling?
Yeah. Well, 2019 I was part time. It wasn't just part time. It was like I don't know what I'm doing. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing reseller in 2019. I legit just started reselling in June, and I started my channel September or October of 2019. And the
Okay.
only reason I started was because I was buying storage units, and all of my friends wanted to see what was inside them. And I used to just post on my
Really?
personal like Instagram story, like little snippets, and they're like, "This is not enough. We want to see more." And so it was like that's the only reason I did it. And like my first probably like 60 or 70 videos, just like a vlog style of my life. It was just like, hey, I'm at the warehouse today. I sold this. Let me go
Oh.
chop down a tree because I used to. That's back when I was a full time mover and handyman. It's like, hey, today I'm gonna go chop down a tree, and then I'm gonna go buy the storage unit. And the videos are so bad, but that's pretty much what it was. Just like documenting my life to my friends that want to see what I was doing. Yeah.
That's cool. So were they doing that because you had a lot of friends that didn't live near you?
They either lived near me or they want to see because no everybody watches storage wars on TV and stuff. That was like a very
Ah.
popular thing to do, but they never actually knew somebody that actually did it like I did. So they want to
Oh.
see pretty much is it true? Can you make money out of it? What do you find? Because everyone's perception is like, oh, there's like gold and Picasso's and like all these amazing items every single time you buy a storage unit. When actually isn't the case.
No. So what made you decide to start buying storage units if that's where you like kind of started reselling?
I started reselling with yard sales in June,
Okay.
but then it was like September, October here, and there was not much yard sales going around, and I had the whole itch to keep doing it. And then I remember it was like 1 a.m. I was on my couch watching A&E Storage Wars, and I was like, hey, I wonder if there's any around here. So I googled Storage Wars in my area, saw an auction next day, went next day, bought a unit, bought 2 units, which was not smart to buy 2 units in your first time. First unit I broke even on. Second unit I paid $10 for, and they had a bunch of Burberry shoes, a bunch of
Wow.
Ralph Lauren stuff, a bunch of Jordan shoes in it, and you just pretty much get hooked after that. That's all it takes.
Yeah, no, I bought one storage auction, but like the storage auctions in my area are vicious. Like it's hard unless you got some deep pockets to
Mm-hmm.
get anything here. So I bought one. It was like $185 or something like that, and I made the money off of furniture, like flipping the furniture out of it. But like
Yeah.
I made $10, and it wasn't worth the time. All that was in it was furniture. Like I thought that maybe the dressers and stuff had stuff in it, and they didn't. So I
Ah.
was like, this is too much work, and you got to have that thing emptied within 24 hours. If you don't have a truck
Mm-hmm.
or a van or some kind of like box truck thing,
Yep.
it's not happening for you. So
Yeah.
kudos
They,
to
they
you for
don't.
being able to do two.
They don't teach you that well. I couldn't do it in time. I had to pay for a month of storage in the first one because there was no way I was
Really?
getting. I did no research. I had no clue about the 24 hours thing. I had no clue about the deposit. I came in with like $200 thinking I was good. They're like, you just need 200 just for the deposits for each one. And I was like, oh, okay. I had no clue on any of these rules.
Well, it's also different by area too, because we didn't.
Yeah.
The storage unit that I went at, it wasn't like that much for deposit at all. It
Uh, It
was
it was less than 100. Usually it's 100 per unit.
well when I did it, but this was like I don't know 10 years ago or something when I tried it, and then I was like,
Oh
it
wow.
was like whenever Storage Wars first came out, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll try it. Let me go see what's it like. It's pretty
Yeah.
much when the show first came out, and I went out there and I went and did it, and I guess everybody else got the same idea, which is why it was so cutthroat. I just
Yeah.
haven't gone back to it because I've watched Taco Stacks and I watch Paper and Moose,
Hmm.
and they've done a lot of storage auctions, and it's just like, no, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want to do
Taco
that.
Stacks is kind of close to me. He's like an hour and a half north, and the prices he gets, I can never find here. So it's it maybe I think he lives like in a more rural area than me, but also pre-COVID, the prices were way different than they are now. Right now, everything's online, so everybody and their mom wants to do them. So I
Oh,
haven't bought a storage unit personally in like 3 months, and I
oh
don't see
wow,
me buying one
for a
anytime
while.
soon. Yeah.
Hi, Brett.
Hey
I don't
Brett.
think
Hey Paul.
Paul could zoom in anymore. He's already a a large man. That's pretty much
Yeah,
anytime anybody says anything about you, you're like, he's way bigger in person.
that's
'Cause
very that's
you've been
very
meeting
it's
a lot of people this year.
that's very accurate, and what they're saying it makes a lot of sense.
I
I am
mean,
bigger in person.
well, yeah, if all you're doing is watching you on this little tiny screen.
Yes, and I'm also sitting down on the screen too, so it's kind of like,
Aw, Melissa, thank you. That's
hey,
so kind of you.
Melissa, remember who popped her cherry there? Remember that, Melissa?
If you don't realize the reference, it's this guy. That's why he had to say that. So, okay, so what made you decide to take the leap from part-time to full-time this year?
um, Circumstances out of my control. Running a full time moving business during COVID, it was very hard. Um, First of all, like in the first stages of it, having to wear masks the whole time, having gloves, so to switch gloves every single time, to switch clothes after every single move, that was just difficult. Imagine just wearing a mask, period, and then wearing a mask, walking down 3 flights of stairs, carrying couches, boxes, sweating like crazy. Not fun, you know. So the guys that I had at that time, they're like, we don't want to keep doing this, and
Mm,
then trying to hire new guys when there's a lot of unemployment going on and they were making a lot of money on unemployment was also very hard, especially at the rates I was doing it. So it got to the point where January, February, March, I lost money 3 months straight with the moving business, and I was working a lot of hours, and my moving it wasn't making any money. And it's already 2 years in, and I was like, I either have to just like take it down to like level one, where I have to be at every single move, doing every single job, or just say I am done with this. This was fun. Let me just focus on full time. And
okay.
I'm thankful that I had that whole cushion to fall back on. I was already part time reseller for a year and a half, and I learned a lot by my mistakes, by my successes. So it was like, okay, let me just go all in and try this. So yeah,
Hi, MD. Um, okay. Oh, that's a Shay.
that is Shay. Yes,
Okay.
stands
Hi.
for Maryland, not medical doctor. In case anybody wants to
Oh, no. I,
know.
so, okay. So, my question then would be, as someone who also does business, did you close out the business or did you just transfer what kind of license it was that you had?
um, that business technically is still open.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it only cost me $10 a year for taxes to keep that license on it.
Okay.
So that thing's still technically open. Um,
Are you
my
gonna leave it
website,
open just to
I, I
like
s-
maybe
I
revisit it another time?
I did a move yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Somebody called me to move a piano from the truck to their house, So I'll legit call two of my friends and said, let's go do it. And I made $80 in 10 minutes. So like those like small jobs, like, so like I get about probably, as I said, I haven't been a full-time mover since March. I still get about 20 phone calls a day, regardless of kind of moving thing, because just all word of mouth of how good my company was the 2 years we were in business. So if it's like a small little job, like, hey, I have an armchair I need moved, I will still do it because it's very simple to do. Or if it's like a clean out, I will still say yes because I can get free inventory and
makes
all that
sense.
stuff. But I turn down about 99% of the jobs that happen. And then what happens is I have a company in South Philadelphia that I'm working with, and I'm kind of doing like a little retention thing. So if somebody calls me and says, hey, I can't do it, but this company can,
It's like a
just call
finder's
them.
fee.
Yeah, just call them and say, hey, Better Call Paul sent me. They give me like $100 if the job is proper, or like $20 if the job is small, something like that. So that's what I've been doing.
Well, that's pretty good. So you already had a knack for networking there, and that.
Yeah, you gotta have, if you want to succeed anywhere in life, I think networking is very, very important, and regardless what you do.
Is that why you decided to do the live where you were bringing on one big person and one small
Uh,
person, or were you just trying to meet people?
the live was just kind of like what you're doing, just wanting to get to know, because a lot of times the big people, all we see is just like a pre-recorded once a week from them, but we never get to actually see who they are behind those videos. So
Right.
that was kind of my goal with that. And then to bring the small person up, it was just like I saw so many people that were in my shoes at that time, like 200 subs. They weren't getting enough eyes on them. And I was like, hey, if I can put these two together, I think it would make sense. That was the goal. That I want to be number. I just saw that. I want to be number 2.
So, have you ever? How often, when you reach out to a larger channel, do they tell you just flat out no?
So far only happened to me twice. I won't say who
Wow.
the channels are.
Oh, I wasn't gonna ask that. I was gonna tell you not to tell me that anyway.
Yeah, but yeah,
So,
so one person just said no because my sub base wasn't big enough, so I lost a lot of respect for that person. And then the other person said no because they just don't want to do lives, which that's understandable. And
that's fair.
yeah, but usually everybody says either yes or not this time, schedule me for later or something like that. But it's only 2 people so far said no.
Wow. What about small channels? Did they feel nervous coming on for the
I
first time?
small channels mainly more reach out to me than me to them.
Oh, really?
A lot of them were like, "Hey, I saw you doing this. If you want to have me on in the future, I'm available," and stuff like that. So those I didn't have to do much recruiting on. They were asking me. That was easier.
Okay. It's always easier. Did they DM you? Were they DM
Yeah,
you on
yeah,
Instagram?
yeah. That's all. Yeah, slide my DMs if you guys want to be on the channel. No, I don't do the show anymore.
You don't do the show anymore.
Yeah, I haven't done the
You're
live
doing
show.
Yakov and Shay now, right?
Yeah,
That
but
sounded
that
inappropriate.
sounded very wrong.
It's not what I meant.
I am not doing Yakov, in case anybody asks. But I reached out to Shay, but you were never on that show, Shay. You were on my midday show. You
Yeah.
were never on my Live at 5 show. But yeah, I stopped doing that show until the end of the year, and I think I'm gonna bring it back in 2021, 2022. What year are we in?
Maybe 2022 would be
Yeah,
when you bring it back
2020
if you're not doing
would
any
have.
more this year.
uh, I'm bringing it back in 2022, and it's probably going to be on a weekday, not on a weekend.
Okay.
It was hard to book people on a weekend, but if I can do it on a weekday, I think it'll be different. And I might have a co-host, and it might be a whole new style, but I'm working things out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was just wondering because that seemed to be like it compounded growth. So did you find a lot of growth? You've already found a lot of growth this year in YouTube. Has your Instagram also grown at the same rate because of your YouTube, or was your actually Instagram more prolific before your YouTube was?
Yeah. I think my Instagram was like around 2,000 or something followers this year. And when I first started in the beginning of the year, I think it's around 5 or 6 now. I don't know. I don't keep track of that. But the Instagram was just there because it was also the like, hey, look, I found this cool thing. It was never, again, it was never made to be grown. It was just like, hey, this is what I found in a storage unit today. Like if you see my first like 50 posts, it was nothing about reselling advice because I had no clue what I was doing. And it was just all like, hey, look at this cool lighter I found. Hey, look at this cool Polaroid camera. Look at this cool whatever. It was like some Marilyn Monroe thing. My first 50 posts is all just the cool things I found in storage units. That's all it was.
Your warehouse. Do you have the warehouse because you had your moving business?
No.
Did you have to check to make sure the warehouse was still there? Is that
Yeah,
your
I'm like this is it. I'm like it's still here. Yes. My warehouse. After my 6th or 7th storage unit that I bought, I was like, I can't keep buying them and bringing things to my house. It's going to be bad. Like, I don't have much space to put things in, regardless. And then on top of that, like, you can't move things that, especially if it's like furniture, you can't move them like every hour or so. So if I was like, if I'm gonna take this storage unit stuff seriously, I need a warehouse to put things in. And it was either like to get a storage unit or get a warehouse. Storage units were like about 150 a month, and the warehouse was like about 800 a month. And I was like,
Wow.
let me get a warehouse and grow into it, and then instead of just buying a storage unit and move out of it if I keep buying stuff. So that's kind of why I have it.
How many square feet is your warehouse space again?
Right now it's 4,000. The first one I got
That's
was
really good for $800 a month.
well, this one's not 800. The
Oh,
first one I
okay.
got, the first one I got was a little under 1,000, which is still really good for 800 a month.
Hmm.
And then I upgraded to a little under 2,000, and they only same building. They only increased my rent by like 200, which was like crazy. Like
Wow.
when
They
that
must
deal
like
came
you.
up, I was like, I'm not ready to upgrade, but for 200 a month to get at double the space, yes, I can do it. And then the one, so I'm actually in the 2001 right now, and then the one next to me became available for about $500 more, which is also 2,000. And I was like, okay, screw it, I'll get it as well. So I have 4,000 right now for about 1,500 a month, a little more, which is insane.
Wow.
They
It
gotta
looks
find
very
that
full
deal.
every time you show it, so
it's it's I need to like hire a crew just to like spend a day here with me and just reorganize it, and it would probably be about 30% less full, but there's still a lot of it is occupied by stuff.
do you have any employees right now?
I have one part-time employee, but all she does right now is help me with reorganizing inventory. So her whole job is just to take things and put in those clear little poly bags and put them in boxes. That's her job while I skew them on my eBay app. So that's
Okay.
all she does. And then once we do that, she's gonna start taking pictures of clothes for me. That's gonna be her job as well.
Oh, okay. So how many listings do you get up normally per day? Do you do it by a number of listings or do you do it by a dollar amount?
I do it by dollar amount, and I started doing a momentum board. I used to do listings before dollar amount, and then I started the momentum board in what month was it? 3 months from now. October. When did Q4 start? The month before Q4. October?
The month the
September?
month before Q4 is September. So
So I already
Q4 is
did,
October to
wow,
December.
I did it for 3 months already. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So September my goal was $400 a day in listings. October was 450 a day in listings, and then November was 500 a day in listings. And
Wow.
I've hit those goals every single month. Then this month it's 525 a day, and then my goal was to increase it by $25 every single month from now on.
From
And
now
stay.
until infinity and beyond, or
Yes.
okay.
From now and until whatever, but it sounds it's when I tell people that they think it sounds crazy, like wow, $500 a day, that's a lot. But if you think about it, if you're full time, and other people that are full time, they put it in 8 hours of work to
Hmm.
get every single day. My ASP is about $25 per listing. That's usually my average sale price. So that's about 20 listings a day. If I knock
Right, which
out a
sounds about
listing
right.
I knock out listings every 10 minutes. That's about 3.5 hours of work. That's not crazy. That's not
No.
even like full time hours. So like a lot of people say, "Wow, that's an insane goal." And like, that's not. really isn't. just our mentality as full-time resellers is like, oh man, that sounds crazy, and we're like, no, that's very achievable. Very
Yeah, no,
easily
because I
achievable.
heard on Tommy and Tracy's podcast that he says that he lists like $1,000 a day, and I was just like, wow. But I
Yeah.
know he's also trying to get that higher ASP too. So
Yeah.
to me, that sounds like a lot.
I also talked to Tommy when he's another guy I met up in person, which I never thought I would. And that was
No,
pretty cool.
I know. I was very jealous. You got to hang out with Tommy and a lot of Josh
And John,
and
Cincinnati
John
Picker.
from
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
And Tommy told us there that like it's pretty much seems like eBay just reciprocates what you put in. So like you say, you put in
Exactly.
$1,000 listing day, next day you'll have $1,000 sold day. And I've seen that before. So every single pretty much day I've been doing the momentum board, I don't think I had a day with less than $400 in sales. So
That's amazing.
it pretty much just like whatever you put in, you put out. That's why I think this job is one of the best ones in the world, where you pretty much you put in a lot of work, effort, you'll get rewarded. People that don't do much won't get rewarded. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's why I wanted to ask you about that, is because once I hit my listing goal where I have a number, then I'm gonna move to the money instead, because I have noticed that where like days I list either that day or the next day, it's like I pretty much sell the same number of items that I listed. And
Yeah.
it's not even the same things I'm listing. It's like 2-year-old listings suddenly sell for no
Yeah.
reason. So I totally get that. And that's really
I
cool
don't
to
know.
know.
I don't know how it works or why it works, but that's just how it does. I don't know why.
So I know that you're very awesome on eBay. Are you doing a lot of cross posting? Look,
Yes.
okay, as I've
Very
posted
awesome on eBay.
I've posted what my 90-day total is as a part-timer who can't really do a whole lot of listings. I do 15 listings maybe a week. So
Yeah.
to do 15 listings in a day on average is a lot.
Yeah.
But to me, you're doing amazing.
Thank
So
you.
are you cross-listing at all?
Yes. Using List Perfectly, I cross list every single day. So here's kind of my schedule. I come into the warehouse like at 10 in the morning. I ship what's sold the day before, and then I cross post all the stuff I posted to eBay the day before. I spend about an hour doing that, and then I list for the remaining of the time. So no, before that I list local. I list about 3 local items a day, like big furniture. Right now I'm listing outdoor, like huge Christmas decorations. I list about 3 of those locally every single day, and then I get into eBay things.
I have a question. So you get furniture, because I've seen that at your warehouse,
Yes,
and you're flipping it locally, most of it,
correct.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, do you have an antique booth at all? Is that something you're ever interested in? Or is
Uh,
it
if there was, I've been looking into antique booths, but a lot of them have very like specific, like it has to be so and so, this style, this age, or whatever. The furniture I get is legit.
really?
Like they're not gonna like the furniture I get sells for about $50. They don't want that kind of furniture in the antique booths. It's like the furniture I get is I have an app called Free Stuff Alerts, which notifies you every time somebody puts something out for free in your area. You give a little radius. And so it'd be like, boom, free couch. I see it. It's like 2 minutes away. I drive, pick it up by myself. One man machine here. Pick it up, put it in my truck, bring it back. Vacuum it, whatever. List it for $50. It usually sells in 2 days. That's the
Wow.
furniture. That's the furniture I sell. Or like if it's a dresser or something like that. Like for now, I picked up. Today I went to U-Haul to buy a box for golf clubs that I sold. On the way there, I saw a dresser and a vacuum on the curb. I put them in my truck. They're still in my truck now. But I'm probably gonna pick those up after the show, clean them up, and list those and get them out as well. But
Okay.
that's the local stuff I do. So it won't be good for antique booths, but it moves pretty well over here.
Okay. I'm just wondering, because I didn't know what kind of furniture you picked up. I'm only interested in old stuff most of the time. So that's why I was asking a question. Because
I have no knowledge base about what furniture is good. Like legit. Like I know Ethan Allen's was popular, but that's just because I'm part of the Bullet Buddies group and everybody talks about Ethan Allen there. But besides that, whatever I have, I kind of like look at it based on quality and just put it up. So a lot of times I could be underselling things, but instead I usually get it for free or for dirt cheap, so I don't really care.
If it's gone, it's gone. That's good.
Yeah.
So I have a question. You got all this Pokemon behind you. What level are you in Pokemon Go? And
Oh boy, that's a bad question. I haven't played Pokemon Go since Gen 3. So
wow, okay, well then never mind.
I,
Fake
I, wa-
fan, are you?
I was maxed at that time, so but I don't know what level it is now. I think it was 35. Did they go higher than 35 now?
Yeah. It goes to 50 now.
Whoa! I better get. And what gens are there? Is it more than Gen 3 still, or is there?
Yes, I don't know all the okay. I say that I know the original 151, and I knew Bidoof from like Rusty. That
Bidoof?
one. I know Bidoof from that
The
one
little beaver
YouTube
guy,
video.
right? Isn't that Bidoof the beaver?
Little beaver, yeah.
Yeah. No, see.
Some of them I just know because I've been catching them, but that's about it. Well,
Yeah.
the house of okay, what makes me upset is all that mid-century furniture that I didn't realize I could have made an offer on the first day when we went there, and they would have taken it because I heard those antique people talking when I went to that antique store, that like the next weekend, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we sold it for this month." I was so mad. Sorry, that's the
Uh,
boy. Good.
oh. I was like, where did, because I didn't see the comment. I'm like, you go from Bidoof to mid-century furniture in mid-sentence. I was like, what?
No, sorry, he got my attention. Yeah,
I
no.
thought you were like playing Pokemon Go at some like antique house, and then you just went on to that.
Oh, I play Pokemon Go every day.
Every day.
Every
Wow.
day. Every day, every community day, I'm going for a walk. So I was going to ask you a question about the Charmanders, and then I forgot what it was. Oh, are you doing Pokemon cards? Are you doing the Pokemon card grading thing?
I don't do the grading thing, but I want to own every card ever made, at least in the USA. So I have like
You
about
personally want to own every card ever made.
correct. Yeah. So a lot of times when people see me bidding on like auctions online for Pokemon cards, it's mainly for my personal collection. And
Really?
then whatever that I don't have, I try to resell it. But yeah, I have like 20 binders in my house, like for like this is the 1999 binder, this is the 2000 binder, 2001 binder, 2002 binder, and so on, and so forth. Yeah, I
So
spent
do
way too
you
much money on Pokemon cards.
No, I would have never thought that. That's so cool. So like,
Like,
okay. So do you like go for like the misprints too to try to get those? Or you just
the,
want one of every card?
I just want one of every card from every set, and I don't really care about the. I was thinking about going crazy and doing like the first editions too, and the Shadowless set, but to to get some of those is going to cost me a lot of money. So I'm just starting with base set to right now. The latest one was Celebrations, I think. They came out this year for like the 25th anniversary. So I want every card printed from there to now, and I don't care what condition it is in or anything. It doesn't have to be pack fresh, just as long as it's a card.
So you're not going to, Walmart or Target and buying a booster box to unpack?
No,
No. So how are you
not that
getting
way.
them? Are you just buying the individual cards on eBay?
No, I you go to yard sales, you buy a stack of like
Ah,
500, and then you can just check those that way. A lot of times people have auctions on whatnot, just like, hey, here's like 60 cards or whatever. You go crazy, you bid. Yesterday I won an auction on high bid. Right, I don't even see much here. I think they're all put away. But the guy had like 200 cards on the high bid, and I won those for $12, and all of them were older. So I got to put about like 40 cards in my collection from there. So that was pretty
so are
cool.
you a seller on Whatnot, or are you just a buyer right now?
I'm just a buyer. I'm
Have you submitted to be a seller on Whatnot?
I think I should probably start doing that, but no. But then I can't even imagine how much I'm going to pack then because I'm already packing too much now, like shipping things out. If I have to add
The point is
whatnot
to
to it,
make more sales, dude. Just I think you only have to set one up for once a week. So you
yeah,
just
I
gotta
would.
set like a low pack day
Yeah, I
as
would.
your
But
Whatnot day.
I don't have that. I don't know what a low pack day is. Random days become crazy here. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, you could set a day, and that could be your Whatnot day.
Could be. I would need to like hire extra help for
You
that
turn
day
your
to pack.
part-time person to a full-time person, and that one day, instead of, helping you
I've
package stuff
tried
up, you're packing that way.
the whole part time to full time. She's my fifth assistant now that I had,
Mm.
and the first two that I was like really trying to become full time, they quit and became full time resellers themselves. So, so that's kind of like the, and I wasn't even mad. I was just like proud and like cool. Like they see the potential in this and they want to go and do it themselves. And
Like,
then
I did too good of a job. Darn it.
they were like, "Why am I going to work for this guy for 20 an hour if I can go and work for myself and make way more?" That's I guess that's their mentality. And
Well, I
then
mean, you could do what Lori Boston Found does and like get a teenager that's going to go off to college, but then you're going to have to get a new one like every year.
exactly right now, everyone that I have is all college students. And my last assistant was really good. He knew what he was doing, but then he had college for the fall. But he's coming back to me again in December for a month, and hopefully he's still gonna be good.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, he decided to get pretty for me. That's what he said.
Yeah, come on, Adam. This is a very serious interview. Do you not know who Bob Buys is? Like, she only has legends on her show, and then she stooped down to the level to invite me, so I had to be on my best behavior here.
What are you talking about?
Every guest you
I
had
don't.
so far has been a legend. Come on.
How have they been legends? Well, okay. That's nice. I love these people that I invite on my show. I
Yeah,
ask people and sometimes they tell me
man.
no or they ghost me. So I feel like you have
Oh
better luck than
wow.
I do. I've asked people.
I have no one ever ghosted me. Everyone always replied. Right. Bob
Yeah,
rules. See, Brett knows. See, Brett knows.
Brett's kind. Brett's very kind.
Well,
I'm still
for
using those
example,
poly mailers, by the way.
like Thrift of Life. I only seen him on your show and Tommy's show. Like the Matt's a legend, and I only seen him.
I agree.
I only
Matt
seen
is
him.
very generous with me with his time. I appreciate Matt very much. But like,
Melissa's been MIA for like a couple of months, and then she came back to your show. Another legend right there. So like all these cool people. You had Alicia Married Life. I asked her to come to my show. She gave me like, I'm free Monday between like 9 and 10 a.m. or like Wednesday between like 12 and 2 p.m. And then Thursday, she's like filling up her water bottle so she can't be due that day. She gave me like the weirdest schedule where she was available. And
she's
she's been on your show.
busy. She's busy. And
See?
she's very much a person that has like a strict work-life balance, which I really appreciate as someone that like is self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important, as I'm sure you know, and very difficult to have any kind of work-life balance, but sets very
Yeah.
strict
No,
rules.
no,
And
that's pretty much his only rules. Like I can't do weekends and I can't come after 5. But I obviously exaggerated her statement a little bit, but
yeah, no. So
yeah,
that's the thing. Like I had her on to fit her into schedule, and I just am lucky that, she's not East Coast, so that extra hour time lag was helpful.
oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, she's
Central.
Mississippi, right? No, where she was
Yep.
Louisiana, Mississippi, around there. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I know. I was there. Also, I will repeat it again. If you have an opportunity to go to Mississippi or to Louisiana to thrift, do it. It will pay for your vacation. Like, it is so easy. I can understand why, Victoria from Super Geek and Alicia can be full-time resellers there. Well, Alicia's part-time now because she's doing more influencer things, which is awesome for her. But like
Yeah,
the pricing there is amazing. Just thrift
agreed.
stores. You could do full-time living just in thrift stores. How are
I
thrift
feel like
stores by you?
it's terrible. It's northeast. I think very similar to to how yours are. If you go a little outside the city, if you go to like more Jersey and stuff, they're a little better.
Oh, my thrift
But
stores are great. That's why I'm
oh
confused.
really?
Like, what do you mean?
No,
Yeah.
mine
Our
are.
prices, okay, so in Mississippi, their prices are about a dollar less than they are here, but the prices here are still pretty reasonable. Um, but not Goodwill. Goodwill's gotten kind of bad.
The only thrift stores in about like a 10-mile radius from me right now are Goodwills. I don't have
Uh,
anything besides that. Then I posted a picture, I think last on Black Friday, just like a regular some like Carter's plush. They wanted $15 for. That's my Goodwill. That's what I usually have to deal with. So usually I don't like plan to go to a Goodwill, like if that makes sense. Like if I do a delivery for like somebody buys like a couch from me or something and I drive it to somewhere, then on the way back I try to like stop by a thrift store and see what I can do. But like it's never like, hey, today is thrifting day. I'm gonna spend from this time to this time at a Goodwill. It's never like that. Because they're terrible.
Really?
Yeah. Goodwill is drunk here. Same here, Melissa.
Wow, that's just, I guess I'm very spoiled. There's a lot of thrift stores around me that are not Goodwill. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a Goodwill in every single town here, but there's also like the DAV and CHKD, and then there's a couple of mom and pops, like hole in the wall stores that I go to a lot.
Yeah, there's a couple mom and pops a little more west towards like central PA, but now where I am, and then I hear great things about what are the ones, DI and then Savers. They're the closest Savers to me is like 2 hours away, and then obviously the DIs are like West Coast, so I don't have.
And I'm guessing you don't have a Bins near you, which is Melissa's favorite place to go.
We have a Bins about an hour away in Belmar, New Jersey. I've been there twice so far and had good luck both times, but that's not like my cup of tea. I kind of only go there just to hang out with people. So the Bins actually right like in the middle, kind of between me and Yakov. So once a month, me and him meet up in that area in Jersey, and we thrift at all the Goodwills and the Bins and stuff. So that's my kind of thing, just to hang out with Yakov and show him how much better I am at reselling than he is every time we go to the Bins.
I feel like that's not hard, but maybe he's learning something from you. That's important. I'm so sad he gave up the
roast?
channel reviews. Yeah, the channel reviews. I told him he could do mine.
Before he got to you. Yeah, he gave up before he got to you. It's unfortunate. Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
He was
as
like,
long as he got permission, that's all he needs to do.
Yeah, he was like super depressed about that night. He was like thinking about like just like deleting his channel. And I had to like talk him off the ledge. Like he called me like at 3 a.m, like upset about it, because he doesn't want to be known as like the guy that does that, which I guess makes sense. He doesn't want
you gotta
like.
understand it's harmless though. Yakov is just being a good sport. Well, he's giving his personal opinion, which, to be honest, you should be taking that because, I mean, not every viewer is going to leave you a comment telling you what they do and do not like about your channel. They just will never watch another one of your videos.
Oh, yeah. No.
And you don't have to take Yakov's advice at all.
Yeah.
You can just be like, all right, well, he's made some good points and some not good points. But I feel like that kind of feedback is still good.
He also like said didn't want like his kids to grow up and search his channel and then see him yelling at somebody else at how bad their videos are and stuff like that. So he didn't want to leave that kind of reputation behind. So it's understandable.
He's got such a good heart.
Yeah, and the Yakov was
I hope he's doing better today.
Did you hear about him yesterday? About the whole craziness yesterday?
Yeah, if he's an SVT, I totally understand that. That's what before I went to bed. I was like, I have POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia. So,
yeah,
big words. It's basically.
I remember I made you say it like 5 times fast on my channel, and you did it. I was very impressed.
Yeah, no, but it's just like, his heart rate's really raised and it has no reason. Mine does that for like 8 hours some days. Where it's like 180 beats a minute for the whole day. So
that is, what is the average? Like 100? 90?
The average for what?
Like beats per minute, like if it's like a normal steady heart rate.
A normal, steady, healthy human being is going to be on average between 60 and 80 beats per minute.
So you're like 3 times more than that.
Right, which is why I'm the same size as I was when I was in high school.
That is crazy.
Even though I eat between 3,000 and 4,000 calories a day.
I just remember a couple times where like I would be like on a road trip or something, and I'd be just like chucking Red Bulls the whole time. And a couple of that times, my heartbeat was going crazy. And I was like, I want to just like give up Red Bulls forever after doing that because I thought I was gonna die. And like it
That's how I
just
drink. If I drink one, I don't do energy drinks because of that. I'd had
yeah.
I think I had a Red Bull vodka one time when I went out in
Oh, those are
college
good.
drinking with friends, and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, it's probably accurate.
It's like I can't do this. Why do I feel like my chest is coming to come out? And that was before I got diagnosed. I didn't know what was going on. But it
Okay.
was a really bad time. It's like never
Yeah.
again. I thought maybe it was
Dang.
just I had too much to drink before then, but no, it was the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang. That's yeah. That would be like freaky. I wouldn't. So you just like used to it, but now you're like, okay, whatever. It's the heart rate's coming back, and do you do anything to like settle it down? Do you have to like bring
Okay,
some
the
wine or
only
something?
okay. The only thing I can do if my heart rate gets high and it stays high is try not to pass out. And if I have someone with me, because I live alone, a lot of times I stay with the boy, is I would have to have someone sit on my chest because it compresses my chest cavity to the point where my heart can't beat fully, so it forces it to slow down.
It's a good thing Tommy's not in the chat right now. That's what I'm saying.
I know. But like when I played roller derby and I would jam and my heart would get up too high, I knew the weight of everybody on my team. And depending on how high my heart rate was, is who had to sit on me so I could go jam again the next.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I've had that happen too. So I've done Tough Mudders before, and I've had
Mhm.
that happen where like my heart just like lost it, and then I would just ask a random another person running the Tough Mudder, be like, "Hey, can you sit on my chest real quick?" And they would just give me the weirdest look.
As they should.
Well, someone always did it though. And I was like, I have a heart condition. Can you do this for me? And they're like, yeah, no.
That's crazy.
I would only normally ask the women.
Yeah, well, that would make sense.
Because like if you're doing Tough Mudder, most of the dudes that are doing it with you are like super fit, so they're like 200 plus pounds, and I would like to be able to live after someone sits on me. So.
All right, so I gotta tell it to Yakov next time it happens. Just have Denver sit on his chest, and then he'll be fine.
You don't know. Maybe that might work.
Yeah, it's better than what he said he had to do. He said he had to like puke a bunch of some things, or like get an IV to settle it down. It seems like sitting on the chest is a lot easier than what he had to do.
Yeah, maybe have his wife sit on his chest next
There we
time.
go.
Maybe that'll help, and like do some like breathing exercises. I'll suggest that to him. I'm not jesting though. I'm being serious.
No, I know.
He's a nurse though, so he should know that like okay, so it's the same thing as having a defibrillator. The defibrillator that shocks you to try to get your heart to go into rhythm. It's the same thing except it's using pressure instead of electric shock to force your
No,
heart to go into rhythm.
there's definitely logic there, and obviously it works. So it's not like you're making stuff up. You're not pulling my tail over here. I hope.
Yeah, no, maybe next time you're out with him and it happens, be like, you just need to find someone to sit on your chest, Yakov. It's good.
It better not be me because I would destroy him. I could legit probably pick him up and toss him like 100 yards if I want to. I could do it to
Seems like
Yakov.
such a nice man.
He's
I love
great.
that he's so open about his faith too. It sucks that he had to be in the hospital on Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I've been learning a lot about that on TikTok. It's been really nice.
Oh yeah, it's popular. It's on TikTok now. I don't know.
Yeah, there are people on TikTok like going over like talking about like the significance of lighting the menorah and how you do it and like what order you're supposed to do it and why that's important. And like why it's important to be outside or inside. I like learning about different things. That's why I like reselling.
Education is good. Yeah. Well, you know way more than me a thing about reselling. Especially about like antiques and like antique fabrics and all that.
That's just because it's something else that I'm interested in. I've always loved historical clothing. I've always loved fashion. So it's like taking things you also enjoy and then making it money out of it. So like what besides Pokemon, which you collect for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, what are other things that you
But
really, really
there's
enjoy?
more up there. You just can't see it.
Oh
Got
no,
Funko Pop.
I know that there's more up there.
I got Pokemon Funkos up there as well. Oh,
Hi there. So what else do
So-
you really
so-
enjoy?
um,
We're seeing all the angles of Paul now.
reality TV competitions.
Really? Like which ones?
Like the OGs, Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race, The Apprentice back in the day when it was like real, not the celebrity ones, but the real Apprentice. The Mole was really good back in the day. All those, like any reality TV competition, I liked. Not the challenge.
Really?
I never liked the challenge though.
I've never seen the challenge.
It's kind of like Big Brother but on MTV with like fake. It felt way more fake than the ones I watch. But yeah.
I have a
Uh,
question. If you really enjoy those, do you follow those people on social media to see what they're doing now at all, or?
I don't enjoy it that much to follow those people, but
Okay.
I have been applying for Survivor and Big Brother almost every year since high school. Like
Really?
like that's how much I enjoy. Like I've been trying to get on the show like every year.
I did that. I wanted to be on Road Rules so bad on old school MTV to where like I use an
Yeah.
actual VHS recorder to record myself auditioning and mailing it in. I really wanted to be on Road Rules. And
Right.
like now that's just van life. It's like I could just do van life now and live out my real rules. My Road Rules dreams.
Dan knows the Mole was good. The Mole was a really good show.
What is the
The
mole?
the Mole was like it was hosted by he's on CNN now. Um, the guy with the gray hair, Cooper or something.
Anderson Cooper?
Anderson Cooper, yeah. So he used to host it back when before he was CNN, and it was just like a group. It was like a group of people that had to do like a task, and then one person was the mole, and their job was to sabotage the task. And then every time the task gets sabotaged, the mole gets money. Every time they succeed, the group gets money. And then every single week they like vote somebody they think is the mole, and then every week that the mole makes it, they whatever. They keep the money and stuff like that.
Hi, Denise. That's
Hello,
so cool.
Denise. Road Rules, blast from the past. Yeah, Road
Yes,
Rules. I think it was pre high school for me. What year was Road Rules?
It was had
Like
several seasons. I
like
don't remember.
2004 ish, I think 2005 ish.
God, I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah.
I can Google that. No, that's one of the reasons like I always wanted to run with the bulls because they did that. They went to Spain and Europe one year and they did like the running of the bulls. Do you know what that is?
The in Pentalona, right?
Yeah, where like it's a big festival and like they basically it's
Yeah,
like a stampede of bulls and then people and you wear white and you run away and you try not to get trampled. It's like a really big event and at the end there's a bullfight. And then there's also like a tomato fight as well, normally. It's a
I didn't hear about the tomato fight, but I heard about the bullfight at the end, and that's the same one where no, that's a different one. But I feel like there's more than just one event, right? They're running
yeah,
the bulls.
it's a big
Yeah,
like festival
yeah.
celebration thing, the running of the bulls. And that's something that I've always wanted to do. It went from 1995 to 2007 is Road
Wow,
Rules.
throwback.
Now you all can guess my age. But like I really enjoyed that show. And like I did the American version of Running with the Bulls and that's how I found out that I can eat all the tomatoes I want, but I cannot bathe in them.
What happens if you bathe with them? You get skin allergies or something, or
I'd become a giant hivey mess and I
that could
it's
be
a
cute.
miserable like 5 weeks for me because
It takes 5 weeks to settle down. Dang, okay.
I'm allergic to steroids. So
Ah.
I'm allergic to most of the things that are supposed to make you feel better.
Oh, dang.
So I'm
So,
allergic to prednisone, and
mm.
then I'm allergic like pretty much all oral steroids I'm allergic to. So
Well, it's a good thing you don't have to really bathe that much in tomatoes in your life. It doesn't come
no,
across
but
that
it was
way.
super fun. It was so much fun.
I
Yeah, I
can't
don't think they
imagine.
do them anymore. I don't think they run them anymore. Like, unfortunately, COVID kind of killed a lot of fun things, didn't it?
She'll be
naked
back
and
in a couple of
afraid.
years.
Could you imagine Paula naked and afraid?
I would just be naked. I wouldn't be afraid. That I wouldn't qualify.
Well, why isn't that one of the ones on your list to apply for every time?
I've never seen that one, so I have no
You've
clue what that
never
even
seen
is. No, I'm guessing by the title, it's about people that are naked.
Yeah, it's two people that are naked that are put somewhere and they're supposed to survive, I think, for like a month without anything. So you gotta like forage for everything
That's
yourself and build
interesting.
shelter. And it's
I might
normally like
have to look that one up to see how that one is. So it's kind of like Survivor, but without the whole strategy. It's just
but it's
kind of
just
just
two
survive.
people and you gotta survive
But are
without
they
anything
together?
else. Yeah, they're together.
Okay.
So I think it's
They
a
don't know each
month.
other before. Oh, okay. But you need to watch it. Well, yeah, definitely now, Denise. That sounds interesting.
Have you
I
watched
might
any of
start
the
binging
like
that.
do you watch any of the reality show dating things at all?
No.
No, you don't care about those?
I used to watch them back in the day too. I remember there was one where like it was like a kind of like a speed thing, but I remember it was like two normal facts about the person, and everyone was like completely crazy. It was like, hey, this is Brad. He's 6'2", he's 32, and he hates the color purple. But like it was like two very normal like facts, and then everyone was just like out of the blue. And then it would remember they'd be like going on a date, and then they'll do like the whole flashback and talking. But that was the only one I enjoyed. I don't remember what it is even though. Anyone in the chat know? I feel like I'm being crazy,
Anybody
but
remember? Does anybody have any idea what that's called? I've been enjoying the I spend way too much time on TikTok. I've been enjoying. There's this one girl who's on Hinge, and apparently Hinge has this feature now where there's an audio excerpt, like there's an audio prompt, and the
should I
person
know
on their
what Hinge is first of all?
Hinge is a dating app.
Oh, okay. See, then
Are you single, Paul?
I am.
Okay. Well, Hinge
Should
is a
I
dating
try?
app that you can go on and maybe be on this girl's TikTok and be extra famous. And it's
Wow.
and you make a profile. The Hinge. I think the Hinge's premise is that you just get like one match a day or something. I'm not sure. I've not had to be on dating apps for a very long time. But
90
you
Day
like
Fiance.
90 Day Fiance. I
I don't
don't
know.
know
Is
if
that a
that was.
show too?
Yes, it's like. Is it the international one where they come in on an international visa? Blood, sweat, and cell. Oh, hi.
It's Leroy.
Oh,
Leroy.
Leroy.
It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Leroy.
Oh, happy birthday.
I think he finally hit 21. So there you go.
Finally. I feel like you're being facetious there.
Never.
Hello,
Me facetious? Doesn't
Okay.
sound like me at all.
No. Yeah, no. So
Never.
it's just it has this audio prompt and you're supposed to like say something and it's just hilarious. You should download Hinge. I just want to hear what your prompt would be. Are you on any of the dating apps? Are you single and looking? Or are you single and satisfied?
I am single and very satisfied.
Okay. It's like, I don't need that problem in my life.
Very
I got stuff to worry
sad. I
about.
just don't think it would be fair to anybody that I date now, since I'm doing this all the time. So like, if I have like like if I start dating somebody and say, hey, sorry, I'm busy about 99% of the day, and I can see you like once every blue moon, it just wouldn't be right. So yeah.
You can be like, just take them picking. Do like the video that you just put out and be like, I'm like American Pickers, but terrible. And see if you get any hits that way.
There you go. That
See
could
if,
work.
what are the two dudes' names? You can be like, who can be
I
my
know one of them is Mike Wolf, right? Is that
right?
Matt Wolf or Mike Wolf, something like that? Yeah, yeah.
What's the little dude's name?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. You can be like, you can be my whatever to my Mike Wolf.
Yeah, unless she is. That's a good point, Melissa. She would have to be a reseller for me to date her, so she understands the hustle.
There you go.
Could you see
Look, you could
yourself as
have.
another
There's a
reseller?
new video idea. You could do
Leroy
like
says his name is Frank.
Frank. Yes, that would be it. You need a Frank to your
I'm,
mic.
I'm looking for my Frank. that's gonna be my profile. My profile on my Hinge is I'm just a Mike looking for my Frank. See if that works.
You could do like a video idea where you're like you're the bachelor for reselling, and do
There we
like
go.
a.
Yeah, we have a whole reseller bachelor. That's a great idea.
I feel like that was sarcasm.
It was sarcasm. Video. I think my to the date thrifting. There we
It's like
go. From
it's
nostalgia.
you get the padded flat rate. Instead of like you get the rose, you get the padded flat rate.
I like that. Then whoever goes home, they just get like a first class envelope. Like, sorry, you're just first class. You're not worth priority.
No, you put them in the black saran wrap, and then they get rolled off.
You get the box in the bag treatment.
Sorry. Hi, Tracy. As long as she doesn't get the goggles. There you go. They just have those giant boxes from like Home Depot or Lowe's, and they have to go in it, and they get shoved off the screen or something.
Those boxes are pricey, man. Those golf club boxes. I spent $7 on one today.
Is there a separate golf club box? Well, I'm going to be blurry now because Moxie is here, and she just keeps walking in front of stuff.
Hi, Moxie. Where is she? I don't see her.
Come here.
I usually see her tail. Oh, there's a face.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see her butt soon.
Yeah, that's why people are. I think that's why everyone's here. Is just waiting for the butt shot.
It's not OnlyFans, thank you. Only pause, whatever. Do you have any pets, Paul? You have a dog. You have a husky.
I have a Siberian Husky. Yes.
Yeah. Is it vocal?
No. It's surprisingly very quiet.
Pretty calm. There we go. Hi again.
She's the only time she gets crazy is like when she meets somebody new and she wants to just jump and give them all the kisses. So I'm still trying to train her to just to be calm about that. But then almost the rest of the time is she's very good. Yeah, I said it.
I mean, I'm not gonna have him married in a month. I'm not married, so that's obviously not gonna work. Yeah, I know. What was I talking about? Do y'all have any questions for Paul? I feel like you're in his lives enough to where you probably know everything.
Yeah, I feel like Paul I know most of the people here. I've never seen Denise before, though. That's a new name for me. Denise Coffee.
She actually has a husband who has YouTube. I recently found that out. He does how-to videos.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then you
said... those puzzles in the background?
Yeah, they are.
Why do you sound so sad about that?
That was peak of COVID 2020, and he couldn't do anything. So I met up with a local buyer here, and she sold me 10 2,000-piece puzzles, and I did all of them.
Why do you sound sad about that, though? Did you live stream it? Is that why you're sad? Is
no,
I didn't have a live stream?
That was when I took 2 big breaks of YouTube. That was during one of those big breaks. Like I didn't, yeah. So it was just me and like my cousins that live close by who couldn't do anything. So like every night they would come to my warehouse and we would work on puzzles.
Oh, you had a senior moment.
Yeah, that's why I'm sad about it. That was my way of having fun.
Tracy, we were talking about reality TV.
Miss any eclectic? No, Tracy.
Apparently,
I don't have any.
Paul has a ton of eclectic knowledge about reality TV.
Mainly just about Survivor and Big Brother. The other ones are there, but I watch every episode of Survivor and Big Brother.
Oh yeah, that happened a lot during Melissa on Twitch. There are people that put together Lego sets on Twitch. Like that's what they do. Like the big giant ones, like the big Star Wars ones and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are people that do puzzles.
Chosen Goods reseller Carissa, she just sent me a big Seinfeld Lego set, like the set of Seinfeld Jerry's apartment in Lego form. And I never ever wanted to play with Lego, but I want to build that now just because I love Seinfeld so much.
I mean, if you did the puzzles, it's just the same thing
Yeah,
except
pretty much,
3D.
right? Yeah.
I have
So
a
I'm
Totoro that I need to put together that I got in Japan.
Totoro. That's from that Japanese show, right? Is that the
The
cat?
My Neighbor Totoro.
Is
This is a
that
movie
is it
by Studio Ghibli.
does he look like a cat? Is Totoro the cat?
Um, no, Totoro is a giant gray
Cat
fluffy thing.
looks like a cat though, right? Yeah, looks like a cat.
It does not look like a cat.
It was close to a cat than almost anything else. He has
You only slept
whiskers.
4 hours?
I feel
You
like
do need to poke
that's
around on Twitch more. One of my favorite comfort things besides the Bob Ross streams, the marathons that they do, is Hitch. He is a Canadian that travels around the world, but he hitchhikes. So he's hitchhiked like all across the United States, all across Canada, all across Japan, all across, I think he's in Portugal right now.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One of the first YouTubers I followed, their name was John and Eva. John's a Canadian who moved to Russia to marry a Russian, and then they spent like 2 years saving up money, and they hitchhiked from Russia all the way to Canada, which is crazy.
That's cool.
And so they went from like Russia down to like Mongolia, China, they did the whole Cambodia, Thailand, India thing. Then they took a boat to Egypt, and they did the whole Africa. And they took a boat to Argentina, and they went from Argentina all the way up through USA to Canada. It was like a 3-year thing. It was so much fun to follow. And I caught them like right at the end of it. So I pretty much just like binge watched
Yeah.
like 400 episodes, like 20, 30 minutes each of this show. It's a lot of fun.
No, yeah. What so I know you said that you have YouTube on all the time in the background and you just talked about that channel. Are there any other like okay. First let's ask, are there any non-reselling channels that you watch all the time?
Yeah, I watch a lot of Pokemon card opening channels, which kind of makes sense, I guess. I watch a lot of that. I also watch a lot of speedrunning channels, like especially if it has to do with like the games I used to play. So anything like with Mario or Pokemon speedrunning, I watch a bunch of that.
You know, I have speedrunning.
Yeah, you told me about it
Yeah.
when you saw one of my
Did you go
pickups.
look?
I didn't know you had like YouTube videos about it. You have YouTube.
You have to post your run in order to be entered in on the thing.
Oh, so is it on this channel?
No, it's not. I have a gaming channel that's dead because I don't have time to upload highlights from my stream. I'll message you.
Yeah, I'm about to go sub to this
videos.
gaming channel and get a bunch of
What is speedrunning? Speedrunning is beating a video game as fast as possible. You can be either with no exploits or with exploits. So
Yeah.
if you use exploits, that means you're using a glitch in the programming to get past an area faster.
Nice slow run.
Yeah. You slow. Yeah.
And then with Pokemon, because there's so much things you can do with the game. They can be like, hey, speedrunning just to beat the champion, or speedrunning until you can catch every single Pokemon in the game, or they have their own. A lot of times, people that do this, they know each other in the community, so they make like little games themselves. So like the one I like to watch is called Battleships. So they have a Pokemon board. Each person has one on their site.
Oh, the randomizers?
Yeah, and they put random battleships on their board. Then every time you catch one, you say, "Hey, I caught this." So you shoot at that Pokemon, and the guy tells you hit or miss, and the first person to sink the other guy's battleships wins. It's just like it's so stupid, but that's what I. But those streams are usually like 8 hours long, or those videos are 8 hours long. So I just really put it in the background and just work the whole time. So
I'll DM you the videos of the ones for my finals. I haven't done it in a long
lost
time.
me already. Don't hate, Cameron. It's fun.
I'm a giant nerd. I think you just find more and more of that out the more of these I do. But that's so cool. I didn't know you were into speedrunning that much.
I'm more into speedrun watching.
Yeah, I got you. So do you watch Games Done Quick every year?
Yeah, I do watch GDQ. Yeah,
Okay.
I just watched the GDQ for the things that I care about, though. So
Okay, that makes sense.
any of the Mario 64, Mario Odysseys, or anything to do with Pokemon. I watch GDQ for that. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who Fire Dragon is? Nick?
No.
No? Okay. No worries. I was just wondering. So as far okay.
I follow like 3 people, and
Okay.
that's
No,
it.
I'm
That's as far as
just
my
wondering.
knowledge goes. I think
All
you're
right,
cool.
so
I've been following you for.
I
I
say
see. Look,
that
see,
because
Leroy
this
thinks
is a
you're cool.
volunteer badge from GDQ here.
Oh, so you were at GDQ?
Well, I was volunteering. I wasn't in it. They didn't want me. But yeah, these are badges from conventions and stuff.
That's super cool. We got a lot of affiliate stuff. Are
Well,
you a Twitch affiliate?
no, I'm a partner. See, here's
Oh,
my partner badge.
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I have another one of these too. That's something you should really get into if you like networking and knowing people. I know you've gone to a bunch of the reselling conventions, but like that's something I recommend to anybody at all. Like network outside of your own industry.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something else that you're interested in. So if you, because if you have a YouTube channel, you're like, I have a YouTube partner or whatever, I can tell you how to grow your social media, that you can use the information
Oh yeah, for
anywhere,
sure.
how to make videos or build a channel. Look, now I can see more of your puzzles that you're so upset that you made.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
are pretty though.
You get to see a lot of my mess in my office as
Here,
well.
I'll hide your mess again. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you.
There we go.
This was a part
There's
of the deal.
Anfisa. Aw, thanks, Blood and Cell.
Anfisa needs to just like live stream her life every single day. I think I would watch Anfisa go and feed her chickens and like chop down a tree.
There's a whole channel dedicated to chickens. There's actually multiple channels dedicated to chickens on Twitch where you can feed them using like bits.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's electronic and you like feed them, and there's also one that has ducks. And it's so funny because they'll hear the sound and you just see the ducks like fly onto the pond because it's a feeder on the pond. And they'll just fly into the pond and like swim around and like fight each other for it. So great.
It's like generated by like just like robots.
Yeah, it's all automated. It's
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. How do you
Feel
live stream on YouTube? You cannot stream. So
At the same
if
time.
you are a Twitch affiliate or a Twitch partner and you signed the standard agreement with them, that means any content that you put on Twitch has to be exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours. So this content is not on Twitch. It is on only this YouTube channel. So Twitch
makes
does
sense.
not get that exclusivity because I'm not doing this on Twitch. If I
But
were
then
to,
you can still post highlights though to your YouTube afterwards, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
After 24 hours, I can post anything I want from that live stream over. So if you're using something like a restream, you can't restream if you're an affiliate or a partner. Or, I mean, you're not, I'm going to say you can't, but you can until they catch you. And then
Okay.
you'll probably lose your affiliate status, or your partner status. Unless you can sign a separate agreement with them, because there are certain partners that have a duality clause or a non-exclusivity clause in their partner agreement, but that depends on your negotiating and who your rep is. So
the people I watch, they streamed this on Twitch earlier, then they just post a whole like 8-hour video on YouTube. It's not edited at all. It's just hey, this was a stream from whatever.
yeah,
I like that better because I just put that like on 1.5 speed, and they just pretty much enjoy the whole thing. Like I was there live. It's cool background noise.
Yeah, I don't do that. I should probably do that, but I feel like I'm not interesting enough personally to
Get
do
out
that.
of here.
I don't know why
You're that
anybody watches
great.
me anywhere.
You're that
So,
great Hermione Bob, the one and only.
Hermione Bob.
How do you pronounce that word? Hermione?
Heroin.
That's
Like the
heroin?
drug. Heroin Bob.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Heroin, yes.
Is that how it's spelled usually?
No, it's spelled heroin like the female hero. So you add an E at the end. However, the Bayer trademark on heroin is with and without the E. Bayer, the company, trademarked heroin.
Like the medicine company?
Like the drug, yes.
Like
Heroin.
the
Bayer
aspirin
owned
there?
originally the trademark for heroin.
Ah.
But Heroin Bob is my derby name, and that comes from SLC Punk, which is a movie. It's a character in there named Heroin Bob, but it's without the E because it's a dude, and they call him Heroin Bob because he doesn't do any drugs.
Ah.
And I can't do drugs because I can't even
Because of
do
pots.
like prescribed drugs because I have adverse reactions. That's why.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. So you're
So
like
most people when they get a
you're a
derby
female
name,
hero, pretty
yeah,
much,
so
right? Okay.
it's like Heroin Bob's it's a female hero, but it's from it's like that's how derby names are made. They take a popular culture reference and then they make it their own. So female hero and then Bob. Plus it's
Th-
really easy to yell Bob across a track. So
Now that's like from roller derby, right?
from roller derby,
That's a
yes.
derby.
So I've
Okay.
just carried that over everywhere.
Not the Kentucky derby or anything.
Not the Kentucky Derby, no. I do know how to ride horses, and I do know how to clean a stall, and I
See,
do
look,
know
look
some
at
minor
all of
farrying.
these. Look at all these cool things that you know how to do. You said no one wants to watch me. Look, you're very excited to watch. Good thing
No,
wine isn't a drug. That's a very good
I
thing,
mean it
Brett.
is a drug. It is out. It's alcohol.
Speaking of another legends, you had Dale on your show. That's another legend you had on your show. See, I
I'm
haven't
just
Dale on
chuffed
my
that
show
she wanted
yet.
to come on here, just like I'm chuffed that you wanted to come on here.
You used the word chef again. See, I didn't use it yet today. I was holding that one in.
He likes Philly cheesesteaks. Well, they did say that you did show them where to get a good Philly cheesesteak. Is that correct?
Look at me. I know where to find a good. I know where to find a good steak. I've had plenty of research. Yeah,
Oh.
that's not. Do you find it weird that I spell Phlipper with a ph?
Yeah, I spelled it correctly.
No, I'm
In all
saying
the things.
do you find it weird that I spell like that?
No, it's alliteration.
Yeah, well, like because everybody that like is in my area, when I tell them my name is Flipper, they're like, like a ph, right? And I'm like, yeah. But then anyone outside of the Philadelphia area, they're like, why is it with a ph? Flipper spelled with an f, you know? So
Yeah, well, it's alliteration. Bob Buys. If you look at any of my other channels besides my gaming channel, it's Bob something. Like it's Bob's Books,
yeah.
Bob Bespoke. I'm all about that alliteration. I appreciate that. Brett, I'm
Eh,
so sorry I don't have the Nicole State soundbite
just play
for
it.
that statement. It's like a lot of
There's
layers
a
to this.
lot of layers to
There's a
this.
lot.
So many layers.
So I love that so much. I love that he said soundboard. I'm hoping I can get a stream deck for my own stream because that's so much fun to just mess
Do you
with.
remember like the E Bombs World soundboards back in the day?
No, but
You,
please elaborate. I have no idea what you're talking about.
you know, ever heard of E Bombs World? It was like a very
No.
popular website back when I was like in middle school. So you would go on there, and they have soundboards from like Arnold Schwarzenegger to like Stevie Griffin to whatever. And the cool thing back in the day would be like to prank call somebody and just press those buttons from the soundboard and like you'd be like, haha,
Is this a
prank call.
website?
Yeah, E-Bombs World. It's a if anybody in the chat know about E-Bombs World, I'm not crazy here, right? It's a very it was like back in like 2003, 2004. It was very popular.
Oh, I was, well, 2004, 2003, 2004, I was really into like running punk rock shows. So
See, your
I'm at
other
like half
half knows about
generation
it.
above, like older than you. So like I have no idea what you're talking about.
See, Melissa knows about the soundboard. See, there we go. All right, she loves the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard. There's a lot of if you go to like YouTube and you like click on Arnold Schwarzenegger like prank calls. There's a lot of them that were made and were recorded. It's really funny. There's a lot of things to the website besides soundboard. That was like before YouTube, so it was like YouTube before YouTube. There's a lot of different like small videos and like funny little clips, and yeah, it
But I know
was
about like
Jib Jad.
Strong
Yeah.
Bad. Like I know Homestar Runner and Strong Bad, and I know
Oh, you know about Homestead Runner is kind of the same thing as like E-Bombs World, but E-Bombs World was way bigger. Strong Bad was was that like the guy with the wrestling mask that would get like
yeah.
emails from
Yep.
people on his computer.
Yeah, if it
Oh,
was
I
very
love
weird and
strong
very
bag.
nerdy, then I know what it is. If it's more mainstream, I probably don't know what it is, like from a certain period of time.
Yeah, strong bag was so good.
I'm just glad I started uploading all the stuff on YouTube again. So
Yeah, I mean, will Debbie? Yeah, if I YouTube strong bag, will I find? Will I find it?
yeah,
I'm about to go like on the whole.
Homestar Runner. Yeah, if you do that, you can go back on and look through it. I used to love
Oh boy, Homestar Runner has his own channel.
mhm. Yeah, just like
Okay,
Salad Fingers has their own channel now too.
I am gonna go on a whole binge watch.
Just play the entire playlist of all of the emails. Yeah.
Yes, man, there was a lot of them.
Truck door. I thought that was so awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would still be alliteration because it's the same sound, dollar bills, but
Did you ever hear
it,
of?
it looks better this way. It looks better. I think it looks better this way. The Philly Flipper.
Yeah, and it's also
PH.
played on like Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Or so we have the Phillies that they're also spelled with a PH. So that's why I did it this way. And
That's
and there was no Philly Flipper taken on YouTube at that time, so it helped as well.
so I have a question. Do you have a card yet? So that way you can like when you're going out to these garage sales, because I saw that you didn't have one to give out when you were out with Kevin.
Yeah,
Final picker.
I was away from my home base, so I didn't have one to give
You
then.
don't
But
carry them with you everywhere.
I usually
You have
grab
a
like
GoPro. You are a GoPro carrying
yes,
individual, and
yes.
you don't give a card out every time
I,
someone asks you about it.
I carry a GoPro in my vintage Pokemon backpack. That's
They
what I
don't
carry
know
my
it's
GoPro.
there.
No,
Do
it's
you have
there.
that little
It's
hole cut out?
no, it's like right here. It's front and center. Everybody knows about it. It's hard to miss it. But yeah, I have cards, but they're with my old logo, and I give them away from time to time. But I should have more on me. Usually they were in my truck. Usually that's what I have.
Okay.
It makes me think of Daffy Duck. Oh, Flipper. I get it.
Do you have any planned collabs coming up since you're Mr. Popular?
Oh yes. Oh, all the time. I still have like 2 more videos with Kevin that I got to release, and then I still probably have a couple videos with NC Picker Dave that I have to release. But besides that, no planned collabs. You want to collab, Bob? When we drive down to Virginia, you can take me to your good thrift stores.
I mean, you can drive down here. I'm not going up north. It's too dang cold. I don't do cold.
You say up north, you're in Virginia.
I am in Virginia, which is south of the Mason-Dixon line.
You're like
Look,
2 hours
no,
away.
I
It's
have
the
to.
same climate.
It's not the same climate. I beg to differ. It rarely snows where I live. How often does it snow where you live?
Rarely. About
How
every
often
year.
does it get below freezing where you live?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It's 42 right now. What is the weather where you are?
I'm waiting. It's sneaking by. It's 48.
Oh, okay, so it's a whole 6 degrees warmer. Man, how glorious is that down south where you are? A whole 6 degrees.
Meet somewhere in the middle.
Aren't you like
I just don't.
North Virginia as well? Like by DC?
No.
You're not by DC at all?
No.
Why did I
I'm
always think you were
south
by
of
DC?
Richmond.
Oh, so
I'm
you like by
Williamsburg.
North Carolina? You like by close to
Yeah,
the North
it'd
Carolina
be much
border?
faster for me to get to North Carolina than it is for me to get to DC.
Oh, okay. So you may have a point there.
Yeah.
Are you in the mountains or are you like in the
No, I'm
valley?
not in Appalachia. If I was in
Okay.
Appalachia, I'd probably go try to hang out with Kevin too, but I'm not.
Yeah, Kevin lives in middle of nowhere, Virginia. Like
Yeah.
I was like, if you drive to his house and you don't have your headlights on, it's complete pitch black,
Like,
dark outside.
yeah. Yeah.
And like I couldn't read mailboxes, so I have to call him to make sure I was at his house because I don't want to just come up to a random dude's house because I know I'm pretty sure they all carry guns there and stuff. And
That's
I don't want to. I don't
smart
want to
man.
not come
Smart
to
man
a
right
random dude's
there.
house and he sees me in his doorway, and then his first reaction isn't to say hi.
Yeah.
So,
You're not a small man either, so it's not you're gonna be like a small petite lady and
yeah,
non-threatening. You're just like,
he,
hey, what's up? Is Kevin here?
he's not gonna miss if he wants to shoot. There's a lot of target area over here. So I have to call him from there. I'm like, is this your house? He's like, yeah. Like, okay, good. I can come outside peacefully.
No, thrifting out there in Appalachia is really good too. I can definitely see how Kevin can find really good stuff out there in the middle of nowhere.
Stop at Pepe's if you had that. What is Pepe's? Is that close to you?
I don't know what Pepe's is.
It sounds like a pizza spot. Pepe's Pizza. Sounds like it would be a pizza spot. Super geeked.
Pepe is like Mexican.
Pepe?
Sounds like Mexican food. Yeah.
Why don't I think of?
Well, it's like Pepe Le Pew would be French. This is French skunk. Hi, Victoria. It's in Richmond, Mexican.
I see. You were right.
See, for me, if I'm going to Richmond for any reason, I'm going to Fat Dragon, which is Chinese American food. So good.
I've never actually been inside of Richmond, but I've always driven past it on the way to Florida, and I absolutely hate that part of the country. You never go more than like 10 miles per hour. It's always so much.
You're not going the right way then, hon.
Apparently, I've tried some other ways. I went a couple ways where you have to go. Like I went all the way through OC Maryland and to a huge tunnel place just to avoid it. But that was like a crazy way around.
Yeah, no, I love Richmond. I love living in Richmond. I miss Richmond.
I'm sure the city is great, but I just know from 95 going past it, and it's always crazy traffic in that Richmond area. There's more traffic in Richmond than in DC, which was always surprising me.
No, there is not, sir. I have lived in both places. That is not true.
No.
That is not true at all.
Maybe I know how to go around the DC area. Maybe I know the right paths there because I never faced traffic there.
No, when I lived in DC, when I was working for the Department of Code in Alexandria, if I wanted to go home for the weekend, one time it took me 6 hours to go 4 miles.
Maybe you're just taking the wrong roads.
It was 95. There was no other way to get from where I lived. I couldn't even get to 17 at that point.
There was plenty. You can go 495, I know, just on top of my head, or 475.
No, 495 is above. From where I was, like if you're in the Nova area, there's not very.
I'm talking about just like driving past it on the way to like Florida or something.
Shut up, Serial.
Well, say try again.
Yeah, Cyril was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You lived in Arlington? Yeah, I lived in Springfield, Franconia, and I worked for the Department of Code for a summer.
Yeah, I'm sure like going from DC out, it's probably hard, but if you're driving past it, I've learned.
Oh, driving past it's fine. Around. Driving past it, yeah. If you live there, no.
Well, it's different. Yeah, I'm saying I've never been actually inside of Richmond. I've never been. All I've seen was Richmond from the highway driving past.
Yeah, you need to go to Richmond. Come to Richmond. I'll meet you in Richmond.
Oh boy!
Quick drive for me.
Meet you at
super painful drive for you.
What'd you call it? The Fat Dragon? What was the place called?
Fat Dragon, yeah.
Fat Dragon. That sounds like a Rush Hour movie would be based out of there.
I mean, the decorations might fit. It's pretty great.
I do like me some Chinese food, so there you go.
Really good. Oh, you could bring Yakov too, because there's also a deli. There's a kosher Jewish deli in Richmond called
Yakov is impossible to. Every time I meet with Yakov, I have to eat with him in the parking lot.
No, it's 100%. Pearlie's in Richmond is 100% kosher Jewish deli. You can tell him to go check it out. They make sure
I spelled Fat Dragon with a PH. I'm guessing it doesn't.
No, it's not. It's in Richmond. It's not in Philadelphia.
I remember how we used to say, like, I think it's so fat. I think it's so cool. Wow, that's so fat. That's a throwback as well.
Did that originate in Philadelphia?
I have no
Did you
clue.
guys popularize that?
All right,
You
so
should claim that for yourself.
Fat Dragon's only 4 hours away from me. It's very, very doable.
Very doable.
Just like a early morning, just drive out and get some Chinese food and come back. Let's give me two options. I could either drive there or I can fly there in an hour. Is what it's telling.
You can fly there. Yeah, because the Richmond International Airport's like right there, and you can take a Uber.
Yeah. There we go. We can make it. We can make it happen. Yeah,
There's
and then
actually have you done any? Did you do any thrifting in Richmond, or like you literally have never been anywhere in Richmond?
I've never done any thrifting in Virginia. Period.
Mm.
The only part that I did reselling wise in Virginia was stay at Kevin's house. So and that's it. And we were supposed to go thrifting with him, but I had car troubles on the way to his house, and I had to fix my car in the middle of nowhere, Virginia.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, which I learned just now that they didn't fix properly.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a huge Dodge Ram, big Ram, and it also has an 8-foot bed, so it's bigger than most Rams. Great on gas mileage. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Impeccable on gas mileage.
I fill up for about $100 every 4 or 5 days. It's great. You can't beat it. Amazing car.
I mean, I'm on order for a Bronco, so I feel you there.
But
I can't wait to have that change.
For what I do with like furniture, though, it just makes the most sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I can't be driving a Honda Civic and see a couch in the middle of the road and then put it on top. No, I have to have something like what I have.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful the boy has a truck because are you doing more estate sales?
I do estate sales. I'm actually trying to develop a couple of like relationships with estate sales.
Good. You should.
I have one now that like pretty much locked in. That when the sale's over, I get their furniture, and so and a lot of times it's free. They're like, hey, if you just come and get it, it's yours. So they don't have to pay a company.
Yeah, because most estate sale companies, it's like a clean out deal to where like the house has to be empty by the time it's over. So that's awesome that you're building that relationship.
Yeah.
Is that what it was, Jesse? Pretty hot and tempting.
That's what fat stands for?
Is that really what it is? I didn't know that.
I had no clue. I just thought I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's so fat.
You just used it without knowing. I never.
7 miles to a gallon. I don't think mine's that bad. I've counted it, and it's about like 12 or 13, but it's still bad.
So, are you just interested in furniture, or was that the only deal you could broker?
That's the only deal I got with them, and that's where we kind of started off with. But especially now, since there's no yard sales, I'm going to a bunch of different estate sales and working on relationships. So like pretty much you start off with just paying their price. That's what I learned is the best way to do it.
Once you spend enough monies with them, I'm not there
once
yet.
they know that you're willing to whatever, and then you can like figure out a way, and then they know, okay, this guy's coming in. I usually go to estates like last day while they have it as well. So usually stuff is like half off, and you can kind of go from there. But yeah, I feel like that's another key part about business is just the networking. Like I said, networking is wherever you go. With whatever, you just.
That's why I was surprised you didn't have cards with you while you're out there with your GoPro filming.
I usually have cards with me. Did somebody ask for my card and I didn't give her one? Is that what you saw? I don't remember.
What?
I don't remember even anyone asking for my card when I was with Kevin.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not. You're supposed to be like, hey, what do you got the camera for? Like that one lady asked you, like, I have a YouTube channel. And she was like, oh, that's cute. And you were like, yeah, check it out. And you hand it to them.
See, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, like if someone's like, hey, what's the camera for? And it's like, oh, I have a YouTube channel. You should watch it sometime. You can see yourself on the video.
Oh, I'm gonna use it from now on. There we go. I usually just
That's
have a
never have
card.
occurred to you before?
No, because when they ask for a card, I say here it is, or if they ask for my channel name, I say for that
No.
is. I never go into more detail after that, unless they ask, or that's about it.
Someone who's big on networking. That's surprising that you didn't think to do that. And then you get more subscribers.
Yeah,
Come on
that
now.
it.
I say that as someone who doesn't do it myself because I
What
don't
you're
film
saying
out
makes
in the
makes
public
a lot
like
of
that.
sense. You never filmed in the public. I
No,
feel
I
like I've seen
film.
you.
Nobody
I've seen you at
asks.
estate sales before filming, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nobody's in the room with me.
Ah.
If it's a very crowded place, I don't film because I can't physically get the camera out. If you're not getting a lot of footage in there, it's because there's too many people. If you are getting a lot of footage, it's because I'm there by myself.
Do you use a GoPro to film, or what do
No,
you
I
use?
don't. I have a GoPro
Y-
3, and I've
Ooh,
only ever used it to film Tough Mudders. I've only ever used it to film Tough Mudders.
man, I would
So
love to see some GoPro 3 footage right now. That'd be some
no,
interesting quality.
no.
So you just take your phone out when you think like it's going to be good footage, and you just film that
No,
one.
I take my camera with me. I have a GX7 Canon. It's really
Oh,
small. So I just take that out and film. If I forget the camera or if it dies, then I'll break my phone out. And I have my iPhone set up to film in 4K 60 FPS. So
wow. Okay. What up, Joe? Look at another Philly guys here. All these Philly guys are showing up just to confuse everybody in the chat.
yeah, I'm just not a fan. Okay, so I've only ever used the GoPro 3. So I'm not a fan of GoPro's innate software that they have where they upload and download everything. Have they gone away with that?
What do
Or
you mean?
is that so when I was using the GoPro 3, it had an app. And then when you would try to hook the SD card into the thing, or if you would try to, I don't, you would have to hook the GoPro to your with a USB, and then it would ask you to download like GoPro Quick or whatever, and then you'd have to like save it a certain way in order to edit with
Oh
it.
no! Right now, I plug in my GoPro to my Mac. I open iMovie, click import, and it has a whole GoPro slot, and I just choose what I want from it, and it imports right to it.
Oh,
I don't have to do any other steps after that.
you don't need to get me a chest strap. I have a chest strap.
Yeah.
That is also not a phrase to say just openly like that. Okay. I have all of the GoPro accoutrements, okay?
Yeah.
I just have never updated my GoPro because I've literally only bought the GoPro for
Yeah.
running
I
Tough
can't
Mudders with.
imagine the battery life on the 3. On the 9 is still pretty bad. So the battery life on the 3 probably was like bad.
Well, the battery life on the 3, I mean, if I'm doing a Tough Mudder, it's like an hour and a half.
It lasted the whole time.
It would last an hour and a half.
Wow. Yeah, on the
Not
9
the
it's like
whole
only
time because I'm not that fast, but
on the 9 I think it lasts like 2 hours, and then it's dead. The battery life, which is like terrible. I have to bring like 3 or 4 with me when I go to like a yard sale day, and they charge in my car while I'm driving.
really,
So
that's smart.
that's like the bad part about. Like I went to I'm starting because of Tommy got me into auction houses, like live
Hmm.
bidding in auction houses. So I went on Monday and recorded there. I got the permission to record, and I was there for a little over 2 hours, and I went through 2 batteries.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, I haven't. There's not really a whole lot of auction houses near here that have like actual good auctions that I'd be interested in going
I
to.
have a chest strap.
Yeah, and it's like that's not great. But like I have a drone too. I have a DJI
Ooh,
drone too. I don't use it.
that's another thing I watch. Just
What?
random drone footage. I just type in
Yeah.
drone footage and then type in country, and then get like a 3 hour video of someone just flying a drone through like I don't know Mozambique or something like that.
That's cool.
just enjoy that. That's the one thing I want to buy is a nice drone and try to incorporate that into my
I
videos
would
somehow.
say get any DJI drone because they're really good, and you don't even have to buy the expensive ones. The quality of the footage from like even the Spark is pretty excellent if you set it up correctly.
No, the quality just looks awesome. I've been toying with the idea of getting DJI FPV. Is that good?
I would have to. I haven't done that since Casey and I stopped uploading. I stopped keeping up on
Oh,
the
really?
latest stuff. Yeah, I used to watch Casey.
Has he stopped uploading? I don't know. What does he do now?
Well, I would consider he stopped uploading when he uploads once every like 6 to 8 months.
Oh, wow. What does he do now then? He was
I don't
huge.
know. No, he used to do daily vlogs, and then he stopped doing daily vlogs, and now he doesn't film very often unless he's like either promoting something or going somewhere special or.
It's the first person view version. You wear a crown.
What are you talking about?
A
I also
drone
have a
with
head strap too. I have all of the. I was gonna say I have all the straps, and that would have been great. I have everything for a GoPro to mount it on stuff except for like a motorcycle or a surfboard mount because I don't own either of those anymore.
You bought the whole like bundle. That's what I did. I bought the whole
I didn't
bundle,
buy the bundle. I just
and it
picked
came
them up
with came with all the
separately.
straps. When you buy the bundle, it comes with all the straps.
Does it come with the hooks too?
Comes with the hooks. Comes with the hook and ladder. Is that the word we use for Velcro now? So you can use Velcro. Comes with that. Also,
No, hook and
you
loop.
get a hook and loop, and you also get a big stick, big selfie stick with it. So, you get a big stick and all the straps.
You got the big stick and all the straps.
Yes.
Make sure you're well equipped there, right?
Everything you need for good footage. I think that was for you. That wasn't a for me message from Melissa.
I think it'd be more entertaining if you said it.
That is one thing though, that if you want to buy storage units, get ready for a bunch of those.
Really?
There is a bunch of those in a lot of the storage units.
You would feel like they'd need that in their everyday life. Put that in the storage unit. It's just sad.
It's not just those, but it's almost anything in that category. There's usually
That's the first thing you store away.
The first thing I ever opened. My first ever storage unit. I opened a drawer and it was one right there, next to a Bible, mind you. Same drawer.
You're coming to Jesus.
I was like, is this what this is all about? Like my first ever storage unit. I opened my first drawer and I see that. I'm like,
they're feeling the Holy Ghost. I'm so sorry if you're religious.
They're feeling something. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay, this is what I have to do. Okay, let me get my gloves.
What's the best thing you found in the storage unit that is not that? Let's put that way.
That was pretty good. Like I said, that's hard to beat. I used to have one. I used to have it in my warehouse. It's in my house now. I have a dagger from like the 1400s. That was kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's from like some from like the Iraq area, the Persia area, and it's mother of pearl with steel, and it's engraved, and then it has Arabic letters on the actual dagger blade itself. And I took it to a couple like antique dealers, and they said it's from like the 1400s. They offered me $2,000 for it, but I said no. I just want to keep it for myself. So that's kind of cool.
You can give it for yourself, or you can put it up on eBay as like that starting bid.
Yeah, but it's something that's like it's like hanging in my room. So that's like a cool like little trophy from what I found. Better than all the other stuff I usually find.
That's really cool that they found that.
Yeah. There was one of my funniest things I found was there was a guy had a bunch of burned CDs. Now just seeing what he was burning. And there was one that half of it was Tupac songs. And the other half was Billy Graham sermons on the same CD.
What?
Isn't that like the weirdest combination? Track one. It's like It's Tupac, track 4, Billy Graham sermon.
That's a choice that was made.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
it reminds me of the whole toy and Bible in the same drawer.
What's the best sale you've ever had, Philly?
The best sale?
Yeah. Like what's okay? What's okay? Yeah. What's the best sale you've ever had? And what's your favorite category to sell?
Favorite category? I have no clue.
You don't really love selling one kind of thing?
No.
No.
I
If it makes
enjoy
you money, it doesn't
the
matter.
only category I don't like to sell is clothes. But besides that, I like every other category. Favorite sale. I sold a bedroom set for $2,000 before. That was
Oh,
pretty cool. That came from a storage unit for $10. That was nice. But that was a whole king size bed, 2 dressers, nightstands, all sold one go. Sold them for $2,000 in about a week. That was great.
that's nice.
It's kind of hard to beat. I also got. I kind of posted about this on my story. On one of these like free sites, a girlfriend was giving away her ex-boyfriend's car parts, brand new car parts. So I got a lift kit. I got an exhaust pipe and a bunch of exhaust kits for free because she broke up with her ex and she wanted to give them away. So I picked him up and held them for about 8 months till the coast was clear. So just in case the guy was like searching for it online, he wouldn't find it.
Okay. I was like, what are you why would you hold on to it? That makes sense though.
Just so nothing happened. Then I sold the exhaust pipe for around 600, the lift kit for 800, and the other attachments for a couple grand more, all for free.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. that was a good flip.
That's a very good flip.
Man.
That's really cool.
Yeah. The LL surprise though, also think is probably my interesting story. I posted about those on eBay, on YouTube though.
Well, that's your most viewed video now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Scam.
That's the one I get a lot of comments about every single day.
That's the one where YouTube picks you up.
Yeah.
And put you down in that territory.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because you know how you get like once the video kind of blows up, you get a lot of hater comments about it.
You say that like it's happened to me.
Oh, what will happen to you?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
It will happen. So I get like 1 or 2 a day that I just delete just because they're annoying. But one of them was about my haircut, and me and my barber are pretty close. So I took a screenshot and sent it to her, and she was like, "Who is this guy? I want to kill him." That's how the comment was. It was a couple of days ago. I will try to see if I can find a text of her. I want to read you this beautiful comment this person wrote. It wasn't just like mean. It was just like it was mean, but it was more funny than anything.
I mean, like I recently got a comment on my shoelace video saying like giving a timestamp so the video starts here, and I'm like, thank me later. I'm like, I'm gonna thank you now. Chapters weren't a thing when I made this video. My videos, my whole channel's about reselling. This is just a small part of this whole video, but cool.
So you skipped your whole intro, like the actual.
I mean, that's fine. I don't care. It's
right.
like, thanks. If someone just wants to come here to find out how to find out where shoelaces is what you need, cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So this is what this guy wrote. He was Terry Willis. Phlipper, I can recommend a great personal injury attorney in the greater Philadelphia area if you decide to sue the barber for defacing you.
That's just rude. Wow.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Then a bunch of people
don't say stuff like that to people in Philadelphia, period, much less a barber.
Yeah. I have a bunch of comments about like a lisp that I didn't know I had. Apparently I have a lisp, and everybody was commenting about that, or my accent.
No, you don't have a lisp. You talk in you have an accent. You don't have a lisp.
Yeah.
You talk in the back, like upper part of your throat. Like you talk in your soft palate. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like when you talk.
So like you learn a lot about you when when your video goes a little semi-viral. And it's not even crazy. It's like only 18,000 views, but you still have enough views for people to show their hate to.
But that makes you unique. Like I know when you're talking, like when the auto
Oh
roll
yeah,
happens, because I know it's you because you have a very unique voice, and that's really good because it
and
makes you
it's
stand
also
out. 'Cause I can't be.
like a Ukrainian and northeastern accent. It's a really weird accent as well. So it's
You
me.
have a
So
Ukrainian accent?
yeah, I was born there, so yeah,
I
it's
didn't know
there.
that.
You didn't know I was born in Ukraine?
No, I
Really?
didn't know that. No.
Yeah. I moved to the States when I was 8. So I spent 8 years in the old country.
Really?
Yeah.
That would explain why you talk in your soft palate.
Oh,
That's
is that what Slavs
Well,
do? We talk from our
it's
soft
more
palate?
back in here to do Slavic languages is more in the back.
Interesting.
But yeah, that makes sense. That's really
It's
cool.
it's not very like strong or thick, but it's there. It's the hints of it are there. Um,
I did not know that. That's so cool.
and then if I start speaking like Ukrainian to Ukrainians, I have a very like English accent.
An
Like
American accent,
they
yeah.
know that I'm not one of them.
Yeah. That's so cool. Wait, so
Yeah.
do you know any other language besides Ukrainian and English?
Uh, well, I I know Russian, but I learned Russian here. But it's very similar to Ukrainian. And then I know a little bit of Polish because where I lived in Ukraine, we were right by Poland, so I know a little bit of that. That's about it.
That's so cool.
And then I know enough. Anytime I travel to like a Spanish speaking country, I get Duolingo out, and I know enough to get by. I know how to say, "Where is donde es baño?" and
¿Dónde
"Cuántos."
es banda? ¿Dónde
so,
es baño?
so I know how to say how much and where is the bathroom, and pretty much that's pretty much is all you need to know. Anytime you travel
I
to
didn't
like
know about that.
Ecuador,
You Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that you were from Ukraine, and I didn't know that you were polyglot. That's so awesome.
I don't know what is a polyglot.
You can speak more than one language.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
polyglot. Yeah, I learned. I guess
Sorry.
that's gonna be on my Hinge dating profile as well.
You're
I'm a
polyglot.
I'm a polyglot looking for my Mike. What was the guy's name?
Frank. You're looking for
Frank.
Frank.
Looking for my Frank.
Looking for Frank.
Just
Just
a
make sure
regular.
you download Hinge and not Grinder, or else you'll be in a whole different playing field.
I've heard about Grinder. That one I've heard about.
I'm glad you know the difference.
Not the team I play for, but but I heard
And Brett
about it.
knows how to say one more beer, please.
Una más cerveza, por favor. See, there we go.
That's
I
the
know
thing. Like
about
for
una más.
me, I'm not a polyglot, but I can read it. Like
Ah,
if
okay.
someone types something or writes it out to me, I can figure out what it is, but the speaking is not so great. I know
Yeah.
some Norwegian and some French and some German, and that's about it.
Whoa, Norwegian. That's an interesting one. How many people
It-
speak Norwegian? Then Norse. Is the same thing?
yeah. Well,
Oh.
no, because also Norwegian is separated by dialect, so things are spelled differently and also pronounced differently, even though it means the same thing. So like instead of
Interesting.
it's Yai is I, so it's JEG. But if you're on like the southern part of Norway, it's Ow instead of Yai.
Mm.
So it differentiates. Just like, you know, in the United States, you has
Yeah.
yous guys versus y'all
Or
or
yin,
youans.
yins.
Youans. So it makes it's the
Yeah,
same thing. It's just
interesting.
dialectally different.
Have you ever been to Norway?
Yes,
Or
multiple
I,
times.
I that's one of my favorite drone videos is from Norway.
Oh, it's
Place is
beautiful.
gorgeous.
It
Norway
is.
is so beautiful.
It's painfully beautiful.
It's
It's
like
so pretty.
the woods are like medieval woods. It's like if you watch medieval movies, I feel like they're all shot in Norway. Just
So when I was in Scandinavia, like in Norway and Sweden and stuff, like that probably has almost as the same amount of homogeneous of a population as when I was in Japan.
Really?
Everybody looks, they're all white-haired, fair-skinned, light-eyed. Like
Wow. Every
versus,
single
in
person.
Japan, everybody's shorter and dark
Yeah.
hair, dark eyes.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Almost
Well, there's also
every.
have smaller populations because Norway only has a population of like 5.5 million people.
Yeah, it's very small.
It is very small.
Most of it is in Oslo, right? Is that the capital?
Oslo, yeah.
Oslo. Look at
Oslo is
me.
huh?
Look at me know my capitals.
You do
My
know your capitals, yeah. Oslo has
my
500,000 people, so it has like
yeah.
10% of the population lives in the capital.
Back in 2020, I was supposed to do a whole because my cousin was going to get married in Ukraine. 2020 September. So I had a
Aw.
whole. I had took the whole month of September off. I was going to travel all throughout Europe for the whole month. I had already booked all my Airbnbs, all my hotel stays, all my flights. And I was going to hit Finland, Sweden, and Norway, and then COVID happened. So,
That sucks.
but I want to go back and do it. But
Yeah,
I
no.
have family outside of Helsinki in Finland, so I definitely want to go and see them. Just because, and then the flights from like Finland to Sweden was like $20 one way, and then from Sweden to like Norway was like $40 one way. So it just like you
It's
can't.
very cheap, yeah.
It makes no sense for you not to go there and see all three countries if you can. So yeah, that
Well, yeah,
was the
and then
plan.
also the thing is that if you're in Finland, though, the language is so different. So if you either learn Norwegian or Swedish, the languages are so close together to where if you learn one, you'll probably know what the other one is speaking or
Yeah,
understanding. But Finnish is like a whole other
yeah.
separate thing.
I tried because like I was already preparing for it, so I had Duolingo out and was learning, trying to learn as much as I could just for little bits. And Swedish was kind of simple to like understand, but then Finnish was a complete like not even on the same hemisphere. It was like completely different, like not even close, no similar words at all. I was like, okay,
No.
I'm never gonna learn Finnish at all. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna just speak English and hopefully they understand.
Carter P, I'm surprised you're not on Twitch right now instead of here. Normally I see you on Twitch, on Twitch's side in Tommy's channel
Dropping his hard-earned Canadian dollars.
to do all the lols.
Yeah, or they're playing. First of all, I'm sorry. Like,
The best soundbite.
yeah.
You know what? I live in the United. I've been to so many different countries. I've still never been to Canada. I've been to Mexico so many times. I've still never been to
Wow.
Canada.
Well, when
I don't
you're
like.
down south, you're like right by Mexico, right? Isn't that where down south is?
No, no,
You're like right on the border, right? Like 2 hour train ride, and you're in Tijuana.
no.
I've actually never been to Mexico either. I've
You've
been
not been to
to
Mexico. Have you been to
I've
Canada though?
I've been to Canada,
Okay.
but I've been to Canada once on purpose and once accidentally.
Wait, no. Wait. How do you go to Canada on accident? I
Well,
know
that
you live
was
up there in Pennsylvania, but like,
it,
how
it
lost did
was
you get to go to Canada
it,
accidentally?
we were like lost, but like it was we went as a family to Niagara Falls. This was like when we just came to the States, so probably our second year in the country. We went to Niagara Falls. My dad got lost up there, and he crossed the border accidentally. And apparently, when you cross the Canadian border, nothing happens. But then when you
No.
want to come back into the States, they ask you all these questions: Where have you been? Why have you been there? All this stuff, and like we didn't have passports on us because we weren't planning to go outside the
Oh
country.
no.
So we just like had my dad had his license and that's about it. Nobody else. And I was like 10 years old at the point. My sister was like 12. My other sister was like 4. So like, and like imagine trying to explain to a border patrol guy where my dad and mom can't speak English and then just a bunch of kids in the car. So it was like
Oh
like a 4 hour
no.
process to get back in the country, but we finally got in. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it wasn't you purposely like accidentally going. It was like your family accidentally went there.
Yeah. But then I did go to Montreal by myself for fun. And that
Okay.
was great. Montreal was a really pretty city. I do want to go back to Canada, and I want to go to Banff.
Banff?
Banff,
Like
Banff, Banff. The
Banff?
the,
I know
the
BAMF is badass motherfucker, but I don't think
no,
that's what
not
you're
that.
saying.
It's like a national park. It has a huge lake that's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like crystal blue water, and then if you go in the winter, it's really
Oh,
good for like skiing and stuff and snowboarding.
do you know how
So
to do either of those?
I've learned snowboarding in Colorado, which wasn't a good idea, but
Why?
I never snowboarded before. Then my friend said we're going to Breckenridge. You want to come? And we're going to snowboard there. And I was like, sure. So,
When you
but
say you
first time,
learned, you mean you learned how to fall down a lot.
a lot. A lot. And then I learned that because after that I came back here, and like the green trails in Colorado are like black diamonds here. It's just comparing the
A little
Rockies
different.
to comparing the
A little
Rockies to
different.
the Pocono Mountains here. Yeah, so they were like, you just go to Green Trail, you'll learn real quick. And yeah, the Green Trails in Breckenridge are not the same as they are here.
No, no. They're a little bit taller, a little bit
It's
a
a
little
little bit
bit different.
steeper.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, probably not the best idea to learn there, but at least the snow was real there. When you fall, it didn't hurt
Fair.
as much. When you fall here, it's you fall like on concrete sometimes.
Yeah, because it's so
Yeah,
icy.
yeah. But there was like real snow, and Colorado is gorgeous, really pretty.
Yeah, that's what the boy keeps telling me.
You never been to Colorado before?
No, I haven't gone very much farther west of anywhere on the Mississippi. I've been to California a bunch of times for TwitchCon, but and BlizzCon and various gaming conventions, but I've not been really anywhere else on the West Coast or out west, period.
Wow.
I've been to
Uh,
Chicago once. I've been to Flint, Michigan.
well, those are on this side of Mississippi, right? Or is Chicago on that
On the
side?
other side, yeah, I've been a couple of places over there, but I've not
Uh,
been a lot. And then, the boy and I took our trip to Texas,
yeah,
so I went to all those southern states.
I like how you said the Flint, Michigan. Like it's a very popular vacation destination.
Well, it's like, well, it was more like out of all the places I've been to,
Okay.
I've been to Chicago, which makes sense because it's a metropolitan area,
Yeah,
and then I've been to Flint, Michigan, which before the water issue, nobody knew existed.
exactly. Yep,
And
that's
I went there
it's very
before
fair.
anybody knew it existed. So,
Yeah, the only time I hear about Flint was the water issue, or then almost every election they talk about Flint as a very popular destination for votes in Michigan. That's the only time I know about
interesting.
Flint. Grand Canyon's a must. I never been to Grand Canyon, Brett.
I haven't
But
been there either. I would like
yeah,
to do that at some point.
a lot of
I want to go
places
to
where I
the
want to
big
go.
redwood place too.
Where the sequoias
Yeah,
are. Yeah,
yeah.
that's in Cali, though, right? Yeah,
I don't know.
I think.
Yellowstone, I think
Oh,
maybe.
Yellowstone's
I'd like to go there.
Wyoming. Wow. Okay, just do van life. What do you
Let's do van life.
just quit your job, get a van, and stream.
Stream. Do you know the amount of equipment I would have to purchase in order to be able to stream mobily?
Just what do you mean? Just need a phone. That's all it is. Just put a phone on you while you're driving. Click record.
No, no. This the amount of coverage for the states you'd need like an IRL backpack with like multiple mobile hotspots to do that.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
might have no service where you are.
In different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are definite dead zones, so you would need multiple modems. Oh my
Exactly.
God, seriously?
He has a point. He has a point.
Yeah, I do actually have the IRL backpack. I just haven't done the modems because to get an IRL backpack and to maintain the
It's a
modem
start.
service, it's like $500 a
Oh,
month.
man. Does the boy have a YouTube channel? He seems like a very funny guy.
No, he is funny. He's great. But no, he doesn't do that.
Oh man, I
He
feel like
has
he
a
should.
YouTube channel. I think he has some like videos of him doing some stuff, but I don't think he hasn't uploaded in forever.
Does he use any straps in his YouTube channel?
I don't know. on
Yellowstone's
mine.
in Montana. Redwoods are in San Fran. What's up, Steve?
Really, the Redwoods are news? Okay. Because I do know that TwitchCon next year is going to be near San Diego.
Oh, that's nowhere
And
close
maybe
to
I'll
San
take a
Francisco.
I know but
Yeah.
I could take a detour.
In San Fran first? Yeah.
Or
That makes
take
sense.
a longer vacation. Because
Yeah.
I also want to do Napa at some point because of
I
how
keep
much I love wine.
forgetting. I keep forgetting you have a real job that you need to like vacation for.
I do have a 9 to 5 job that I hate with my whole heart. Yes, I do have one of those.
I keep forgetting that that's the case.
Yeah, I don't do reselling. I just can't. I have a hard time taking that leap.
Well,
You were already self-employed before, so
yeah,
you doing that wasn't that much of a leap.
yeah.
Going from a
It's a
job,
big difference going from a guaranteed paycheck every week to
go,
this.
going
It's
guaranteed
a
paycheck with
huge
lots of
difference.
benefits to like
Yes.
good luck, especially when you have a disability and severe health conditions. It's just like, in the United States, that's not really great.
The Mac is that a real person? Or is somebody trying to be funny?
No.
I do
Oh, the
like
one,
Mac.
yeah,
I
you
do
can
like
watch the video
macaroons.
of us whitewater rafting on an air mattress.
That sounds like a good video right there. I'm surprised that didn't go viral.
No, I thought that was just on your Facebook though, love. It's basically just us falling off the air mattress, and there's a bunch of like unicorn things, unicorn
Unicorns.
floaties. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like it was to do whitewater rafting on anything but a canoe or and a kayak. So yeah, no, yes. It's been a mutual conversation.
Yes.
I've got to wait. Okay, so Paul, what do I gotta send to you? I gotta send to you the speed runs. I gotta send to you the whitewater rafting.
I don't want any of the straps. You can keep the straps.
I can't send you any straps because you have enough as it is. You don't need any of my straps.
I got plenty of my own straps.
You have well, Carter. I think if you're prolific enough and enough lives, people are gonna follow you just for that one day that you're going to actually like do something, so
Yeah.
they can see. Humans in general are very voyeuristic. They want to see all the things and know all the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just like, everybody needs to see all of Paul's puzzles that he proudly put together last year.
That's not even all of them. That's just 4 of them.
What is the pineapple in the background?
I don't know. I got it at a yard sale. It's a huge pineapple. I was like, the guy only wanted $1.50 for it, and I was like, hey, it's cool.
You got to turn it upside down, Paul.
Is that like a sign for something? It's
Go ahead and do it.
It's way bigger than it looks. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but I don't think you realize how big this thing is. Like, look at this thing. It's huge.
Now turn it upside down.
What does it mean when I turn it upside down? Somebody in the chat tell me before I do something dumb.
So if you're out at a grocery store and you see a couple shopping and they have a pineapple upside down in their cart, that means that they're swingers looking.
Oh. Yeah, I'm looking. I can put that right there. There we go. So there you
go. Just so you know, don't turn upside.
It's upside down.
There you go.
So if somebody enjoys upside down pineapple cake, is that the same thing?
No.
So if like if I go to the restaurant, they ordered the upside down pineapple cake, I know that they're looking as well.
No.
Key party? Really? Oh, that's what it is, Stevie's key party.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go because I'm hungry and I haven't had dinner yet.
Should I put that on my hinge as well? I like my pineapple upside down. Okay, I'm building a whole profile here.
You are. You got a giant pineapple. You got a bunch of straps. You do puzzles in your free time. You're a polyglot.
I'm looking for my Frank.
You're looking for a Frank.
We figured it all out.
I really feel like if you put all that in a profile, somebody's going to want to talk to you.
Do I have an enemy, Brett? Come on. What kind of question is that?
Does.
It's right here. Staring there all the time.
The last video he had was hanging out with Kevin. Of course he has one.
Yeah.
Did he also give you an IKEA bag?
I have one of his IKEA bags as well.
Did you get the pink one or the blue one?
I have the generic navy blue one. No, I have his like old run, not the new run. Put it on the front porch. Because it tell you too much. This is what happens. See, this is what Bob does. She gets deep down to your soul. She makes you just tell all the things about
I
you.
just like talking to people. You're a neat person. Like I learned a lot about Paul too. I didn't know he was from Ukraine. I think that's so cool.
I have no clue. I didn't know that. That's like basic knowledge.
Well, I watch where you're talking about flipping stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
I
get to watch
mentioned
your lives very often.
I mentioned Ukraine in almost every flipping video. No, I don't.
What to say? Don't lie. I actually
It's
watched those
okay.
videos.
I thought your
I
name was
like that
Herb.
I've made you start to say Adidas instead of Adidas.
Yeah, and I actually got a lot of compliments, and a lot of people said I said it wrong. And I told them, nope, you're wrong.
Well, it's American way or
Yeah,
everywhere else way.
it's okay. I don't know your name was not Hermione until just now. I was called you
Oh, that's
Hermione
right. I
Bob.
didn't send you an email. My real name is in my email. My real name is not Hermione or
Oh.
Heroine or Bob.
I figured your real name wasn't Hermione or Heroine. Yeah. I feel like your last name isn't Bob as well.
No.
That's not your
It's
real
my
last
chosen name
there we go. See.
versus my real name.
Phlipper also isn't my real name, in case anybody's wondering. That's not.
But it does start with a P, so at least they're somewhere in the right ballpark.
There you go. It starts with a P in both languages.
Oh, how do you say your name? How do you say your name in Ukrainian?
My name, when I was born, was Pavel.
Pavel?
Yeah, Pavel. Yes.
That's so cute.
But when I moved to the States, my passport said Pavel, but my social security said Paul. So I kind of had two names for a while. So then when I became a citizen, I could choose one or the other. And I chose Paul because when you put Paul, everyone thinks it's Pavel. And my whole kid life, I was called Pavel. To keep correcting everybody. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's so interesting.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Appreciate it. Like I say, Denise just up to me.
Oh, good. Well, Paul, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for having me. This is one of my like checklists when I became YouTube official. Was like I need to get invited to Bob's channel one of these days, and
did you really put it as the best interview of your life on there?
On
your calendar?
What? Yes. Wait, I'm gonna open right now in front of everybody. December 1st. Right there.
He's such a charmer, and this is why his networking is so good. That's also why he has such a large female audience. He's just a charming man.
Hey, I guess it works.
So I said, we need to get on Hinge, or we need to get this reseller dating thing going.
I'm all down for the first ever season of the Reseller Bachelor, where I give away padded flat rates. I feel like that's gonna be a good show right there.
So apparently Carter P really wants your pineapple.
Yeah, he's been asking for it for a while, but it's going to be a very expensive ship to Canada. I don't think he understands that.
I mean, he watches enough reseller content. I think he would know that.
That thing weighs like 6-7 pounds. So
get one of those vacuum things. You suck all the air out of it.
Yeah, I could do that.
And then it would be like much smaller package. You just roll it up real quick, suck all the air out of it, and then fit in a padded flat rate.
Guarantee you can do padded flat rates to Canada.
Yeah, you can. If it's 4 pounds or less, you can use a padded flat rate international.
Does it suck the weight out of it though? If you
if it sucks the air out of it, who knows? I don't know.
Is there weight in air? Yeah, right now it's 6 pounds. Spinal. So.
Well, suck the air out of it and see what happens.
There we go. It's my next video.
There you go. Just do one pack infinity just for Carter.
Yeah, that's all it is. How to ship a 6-pound pineapple to Canada.
That could be your next one with Yakov. You could try to find a giant pineapple for Yakov.
There we go.
Both Whoever figures out the best way to ship it to Quarterpath is the one that he buys from.
I feel like Yakov has plenty of experience shipping terrible items, so he would probably win.
All right, we're actually gonna go because I'm hungry, and Paul, I'm sure, has a much better business than mine to run. So
I'm
y'all
also
have.
hungry, so it's a
You're
good.
also hungry. Okay,
It's a
it's
good
food time. We're gonna go stuff our faces full of food without any strap-ons. You guys have a very lovely night doing whatever it is you're doing. And on that note, we're gonna leave now. Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.